See if you can. My audio's working. Test, test. Testing, 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 testing. My audio's working. Okay, yeah, I can hear it. Link me, copy. What's up, chat? I'm about to give me 1 second. I'm about to rework this wedding film. And I was like, you know what? While I do this, y'all can see the process. Yo, link. Oh, why can't I see my chat? It's been a minute since I streamed, y'all. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure all this stuff back out. Trying to post it on IG, live, YouTube. Hey, let me see. Can someone type something in the chat? I want to see if my chat is working. Yo, Vince, what's good? Appreciate it. Dang, but I can't respond. All right. This an old wedding. This an old wedding that I recorded, and I'm just going back literally just for like practice. I might try to like work a trailer out of it, create a trailer. It's just the boring part. Just need my V mount. I'll be right back. Ugh. 212. Bah. All right, I posted on IG. Showed it to live. I'm outside and just got plugged this up in my camera so my camera don't die. Make sure my V mount. 45%, be good money. What's your 2026 wedding season looking like? Man, I got some. This is exactly why I'm actually hopping on this live right now. I'm just want to get some like practice real quick. Cause I just know a lot more, but I have like a lot of really big high-end weddings this year. Oh, shit. But yeah, I got some big high-end weddings this year, some crazy travel locations, and I really wanna lock in and level up these films. So I'm excited. So I was like, you know what? Today I'm gonna just lock in and just practice on some old stuff I did. Like, of course, like I know a lot more than I did now. I think this wedding was like, I think it was it was 2 years ago, I think. Before I even learned more about like audio and stuff like that. So I'm just honestly up here getting some practice. I'm gonna listen to some audio and try to curate a trailer. Usually what I do though is like I edit the full film and create a trailer from that, but I'm doing it backwards right now. But I'm excited though. I think my first wedding is in next month. Flying out to Costa Rica. Going to Costa Rica next month. What about you? What's your wedding season looking like? Also, chat, if you have any questions while I'm working, Feel free to shoot.
Chemistry is unexpected.
Stop! Oh my gosh, we're so head ass. I've been trying for years for us not to be head ass. We are so head ass.
That is hilarious.
We're gonna walk with each other to go get pizza.
Did you feel having your person back with
Can y'all hear me? Yeah, can y'all hear me?
So distance was definitely not something that I was planning on. I graduated a semester earlier than him, and then he went to a different school in Tennessee to pursue his master's and play football. So that put us at
Wow.
was really hard. So I always tell people, like, unless you are sure about the person, do not do long distance because it is not weekend or if he was coming down.
Okay, Jesus, awesome, man, insane. Definitely ready for it too. I have a Tanzania wedding, okay, and a potential Thailand wedding. Okay, bet y'all can't hear me. That's what's up, man. Thailand wedding, things locally looking good. Yeah, honestly too, for me, like, I ain't gonna hope like I'm trying to enter like a different bracket of like weddings. So like, of course, you know, prices going up and everything like that. But of course, like the production's going up. But to be honest, like it's slowed down. I guess like the booking slowed down just because like the tier that I'm trying to get into. So I've been telling like a lot of people like no, not just only because of price, but also because I'm only trying to switch into doing like the documentary reality style type weddings. I'm not gonna do like the slow motion stuff no more. So if they don't want that, yeah, I can see it. That Miami wedding was insane. Yeah, it was.
I feel like there were a lot of small moments.
So start off by saying like the reason why I want
Dude, I did not remember none of these interviews.
and say that take
His
name.
name. Okay.
Yeah, dog, luxury too.
I knew Brandon was the one.
There we go. I knew Brandon was the one.
That take
His
name.
name. Okay. I knew.
That's a sound bite.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family. And how he was around my family and vice versa. There were a lot of small moments across our 7.5 year span of us dating that I knew that this was the person I needed to spend my life with. But just seeing how he interacted with like my people and how he fit in so seamlessly and how he cared and loved the people that I love. Family is huge to us. That was the aha moment. Like there were so many things that clicked along the way.
Oh, this is stuff like people don't see. Like you gotta listen to all this audio. But they do got like the AI thing now, so I can just transcribe it and read
My
it.
cousins became his friends and they almost forget that I'm their cousin versus him.
But I can kind of scrub through that.
In the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, I wouldn't want to see anything else in a person. So Brandon has everything.
But Vince too, I'm not trying to shoot like 30, 60 weddings a year. That's another thing too.
Brandon has exceeded my expectations of what I was looking for in a man.
There we go. That's a sound bite.
Brandon has exceeded my expectations of what I was looking.
Yo, question for you. Actually, you said this is 2 years ago. Yeah, I filmed this 2 years ago.
Looking for in a man, what I thought I would want in a man. He's shown me things that I didn't even know I needed.
And I would have done so much stuff different 2 years ago with this wedding, for real.
And he's just gone above and beyond. Brandon has exceeded my expectations of what I was looking for in a man, what I thought I would want in a man.
That's a sound bite.
And he's just gone above and beyond from his communication.
How are you accessing this footage? What do you have this stored on? Bro, this is on literally, I can show you, hopefully it don't disconnect. Literally like a small, like this SSD. Like I still have it. This is like my, I saved like all my weddings. So I can go back. You know, I never know like when I'm gonna use it again or if like a client wants something or anything like that.
Style to how down to earthy.
But that's like a small, I think this one is what? This might be like a 4 terabyte. I got like a bigger one. It's like, oh no, this is only 2 terabytes. I usually just buy 8 terabytes.
As to how God fearing he is. He's kind of guided a path for the people you're with. And sometimes I come home from trips and I'm, spending time with my family and I come back to. You're gonna make me cry. Oh my gosh, I cry so easy.
I asked Brad. I thought he was gonna cry first.
Aw.
Kind of like,
Wow, what do you use? What do you use to store y'all footage?
How do you want me to start it?
you can. And you can have your vow.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Brandon. I am so happy that this is the journey that we're on together. All right, Brandon. I am so happy that this is the journey that we're on together. I'm so happy that I get to call you my life partner. I get to think about where I'm going to be in 10, 15 years and know that you'll be the person next to me. Brandon, I am so happy. All right, Brandon.
All right, dope. We'll use that maybe.
Brandon, I am so happy that this is the journey that we're on together.
So basically, I just go through, listen to
I
these
get to call you my life
interviews.
partner. I get to think about where I'm going to be in 10, 15 years and know that you'll be the person next to me.
And get ooh, I think I like that.
Everything that I've needed in a person, you've been my rock, you've been my shoulder, you've been my calming place, and I cannot thank you enough for how much you've been and how you've exceeded my expectations and how you've just made me so grateful to be in your presence.
All right, cool. I think that's enough from her. So basically, I go through the interviews, skim through all the interviews. Yeah, I'm cutting on DaVinci. After I skim through the interviews, just like cutting the stuff that I actually would use in the film or in the actual or for the trailer. So like you see, like that was like she said a lot, but I only cut 46 seconds, and even though it was 46 seconds, I probably won't even use the entire 46 seconds.
Alicia, she mentioned Brandon, so
This is one of the bridesmaids.
Alicia, she mentioned Brandon, so I've always known Alicia to have Brandon in her life. And she just like glowed up as soon as we started talking about him, and I was also in a long-term relationship at the time, so we kind of bonded over that. But I just knew from that moment on, as long as I knew Alicia, I would know Brandon. So he's always been in the picture. Right now, probably.
Talk to me. Like why you got a little emotional there? You seen her open.
This is good for like emotion.
When I saw her open up the gifts, it just makes you really
Chat, if y'all got any questions about like the process or anything,
be able to witness your friend stepping into so much love.
put it in the chat. I like to answer questions.
That they're with, cares about them, and is attentive as you would be as a friend for them, and knowing that you're handing them off in good hands. And I just truly feel so blessed to be able to.
I missed that.
When I saw her open up the gifts, it just makes you really happy as a friend.
It just makes you really happy as a friend. I can use that.
When I saw her open up the gifts, it just makes you really happy as a friend to be able to witness your friend stepping into so much love, and knowing that the person that they're with cares about them and is attentive as you would be as a friend for them, and knowing that you're handing them off in good hands.
When-
I just truly feel so blessed to be able to have
Hold on, I'm about to answer.
in Alicia's life and not have to worry about her being loved the way that she deserves to be loved. So
Yeah, she definitely getting in there. When would we apply the LUT? What you mean? Like when do I put when do I start color grading? Sometimes I I like edit and then I color grade afterwards. But sometimes I like test the colors out, like I'll probably do here. And I can tell like I underexposed for this, and this is from 2 years ago too. So I wasn't shooting like I was now. But yeah, usually I cut, get the audio, edit, and then usually like after each scene I go in and color grade, or after the full film I'll go in and color grade. But this I can tell like I'm underexposed a lot, so I'll either have to raise the shadows, which I don't really like doing. Or if I don't raise the shadows, I'll probably just raise the highlights. But I think I would like to raise the shadows. Let me just see. That still looks pretty good to me.
As you would be as a friend.
How did you get to the nodes? What do you mean, Memesis? What do you mean? How do I get to the nodes in the color tab?
So Alicia walking down the aisle, I mean, it was the veil, it was the sleeves, the dress, the details, like absolutely stunning. And so walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her
There we go. Walking on the aisle.
out and dress, the details, like absolutely stunning.
What's the difference with color grading and the LUT? And then please, how do you get to know? So Memsys, literally this is color management tab down here. You click on that and your node is right here. You can right click. I can add a node. I forgot my shortcut. But I can add a node. Each node I can change. So I can throw a LUT on this node, my LUT. This node I can change the shadows to darken it, make it bright, whatever the case may be. But we're gonna delete that. What's the difference between color grading and LUT? Finally, we shot a wedding. What should I market? It's not the most high-end wedding. Shout out my effort. How should I market it? The way you should market it is edit it the best that you can and pull a lot of pieces from that wedding and post it on social media, Instagram, TikTok,
So
website.
details, like so Alicia walking down the aisle, I mean, it was the veil, it was the sleeves, the dress, the details, like absolutely stunning. And so walking down the aisle and just walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her made me cry. The whole ceremony, I'm crying because of the way that Brandon is staring at her.
That's a good one.
And so just like absolutely beautiful. Her dress is gorgeous. Everybody looks great. And so to just see everybody here, like for this union.
This was before
to support
too.
them,
This was before I was like booming mic. So I think the mic was just sitting on my camera.
was just so beautiful, and I was crying the whole time. But I'm so excited for the two of them to be married, and we turning up tonight.
Turning up tonight.
And so just like absolutely beautiful. Her dress is gorgeous. Everybody looks.
And I didn't have the NTG3, so you can hear like all that background noise, but I'd have to like just isolate it.
I told the family, I told friends, I said, as a father, the one thing that you try to instill in your sons is to be better than me, to influence the world that need help. If you're ever
Y'all ready?
So Alicia. No, for real, like this wedding, we been waiting for this wedding for so long. Like this wedding. For real, like this wedding, we been waiting for this wedding for so long. And so tonight we're really turning up. We already know the signature drinks. We got the bar. Like, we're getting lit because you're married. Mrs. Cozy, like an MRS, is crazy. Like, it really is.
I'm about to say my life is turned up.
Is that in Rec 709? Yeah, so like my LUT has Rec 709 built in it. And then of course like the creative LUT.
For real, like this wedding, we been waiting for this wedding for so long. And so tonight.
Maybe I can use that. We've been waiting for this wedding for so long.
And so wedding. For real, like this wedding, we been waiting for this wedding. We've been waiting for this wedding for so long. And so tonight we're really turning up. We already know the signature drinks. We got the bar. Like, we're getting lit.
I'm gonna use that.
Because you're married. Mrs. Cozy, like an MRS, is crazy. Like, it really is.
I'm about to say my life is turned up.
I'll turn up for her. Everybody.
This is the wedding of the century. It's giving Cinderella. The princess. We're getting lit.
All right, y'all, hold on. Telling y'all, this is the part that just takes the most going through these interviews. But once you go through them, it's cake. Cake. I can't wait. This year, I'm gonna definitely stream a lot of the weddings I have this year. I'm gonna be streaming like the live edit, but I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna cut everything first and then stream because I feel like this part just takes too long. I don't know if y'all want to see like the cutting part.
We've been waiting for this wedding for so long. In terms of like just being a
Did I do this one already?
college, and I remember when we were like all sitting in the audience, and my aunt was beside me, and she was like, "Is that Alicia's boyfriend that she's been telling us about?" She was like, "He's a handsome fella." So that was the first time I met him in person, but I had heard about him before. And so we were in Tennessee, and we spent the weekend there, and he was like really great in terms of like just being around our family, being with the cousins. And so I was like, okay, like I like this guy, you know, he can vibe with us. And so that's the first time I met him, and so I just feel like to see their relationship.
Am I shooting anytime in Houston? Not Houston. I think I'm coming to Dallas. I think I'm coming to Dallas end of March, but not Houston. You based out of Houston? Is your LUT applied in the camera while shooting? Yeah, so on my FX3 and my FX6, the LUT is applied in camera.
My aunt was
So it really helps me like nail exposure even more.
beside me, and she was like, "Is that Alicia's boy?" Okay. It feels heartwarming to see Alicia like marry. Okay. It feels.
Dang.
Gotcha. Okay. It feels heartwarming to see Alicia like marry her person. You know, me and Alicia grew up as siblings. We're first.
I just
It
that.
feels heartwarming to see Alicia like marry her person.
Yeah, bro, you can I don't even remember how I did it. I did it so long ago, but I just watched a YouTube tutorial about how to add my camera in the LUT, but it was easy. Based on you getting interviews and versus what you would do now, what based on you getting interviews then versus what you would do now, what would you have done differently? I think I understand the question. One, what I would do differently is how I get audio. To get cleaner audio, I would have had a boom mic for sure. Two, I definitely, maybe like the location, like I would have like a pop-up diffuser. So let me see. Exposure would be one thing. Like I would be exposing different, but this exposure is really not bad. And the terms like the questions I ask, and then like to really get the story. So I think that's what I definitely would have done different. How long does it usually take? An edit usually take? It depends, man. It depends. Like if I want to really lock in and sit behind my computer all day, I can. It just depends. It's hard to like say a specific time. But with me, like I love editing like these reality documentary styles. So it can take long. It can't take long. It really is. It just really depends. It's hard to answer that question. Does it need to be a specific SD card to get my LUT in the camera? Esther, I can't remember. I don't think so. I think it's just like a regular SD card. I honestly don't even remember how I did it. I just remember it was super easy when I did it. I just looked up a YouTube video. Yup, based in Houston. That's dope, bro. Yeah, I don't think I'm coming to Houston anytime soon. But I am coming to Dallas.
You know, me and Alicia grew up as siblings. We're first cousins. Our parents are siblings.
For sure,
so
Robbie.
Just the way that we were raised like sisters. And so to see her grow up, and then to just see how Brandon has like helped her.
There we go. To see her grow up.
And so to sisters. And so to see her grow up, and then to just see how Brandon has like helped her open up in so many different ways, and to see the woman that she's become, it's like just so beautiful to kind of see their relationship blossom, to see her blossom as a woman, and you know, she's marrying the man of her dreams, and like Brandon is perfect for her in terms of what he brings out of her. You know, she's just so calm and mellow, and like she needs Brandon's personality. So I feel like they're a match made in heaven, and so just so excited to be able to celebrate their union.
Yeah, she was definitely yapping. But yeah, Vince, I would definitely like the type of questions I ask now. Like I would be a lot more intentional about it. Also now, also doing like post. That's another thing I'm gonna do a lot this year is doing like post interview wedding questions. So like sitting down like after the wedding, and then like, you know, it's fresh on their mind the day after, and going in and asking, like talking to them about like moments that happened during the day, so it could really tie in even better for their film. Like when you watch like certain TV shows, that's basically what they do. They have filming day, so they do like pre interviews on the day and then the day after. Yo, what's up, bro? How's it, Vinci? I remember you made the switch last year. It's safe to say you ain't going back to Adobe now. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely not going back. Adobe wasn't bad. I liked, I used it for a while, but DaVinci, I just like the workflow better for me personally.
It's actually gonna be the night already.
Oh,
Turned up, we
Oh.
getting lit tonight.
Oh.
You like how we coming?
absolutely. So tonight we're gonna have a great time. We're going out after the reception, but the reception.
So I met Alicia through Xavier. You know, like how we would click or anything. But Alicia was so sweet. She's always been very. It was a good first, like, this like mile for taking it so far and committing like you are to each other. I know you guys are gonna have so much fun and like just enjoy life together. I met Brandon.
Yeah, I can already hear the audio. I hate that, the wind.
Okay. Really myself, you know.
Oh yeah. I'm ready. Yeah.
I was lucky to be able to stay home with them and get.
Alright, I think I'm gonna work with what I have right now. Let me just hit brand.
Yeah, so Alicia and I first met. So funny enough, and she probably gonna say the same thing, is she might have put this one out of her head, but our first date was at Zaxby.
No.
The unwavering amount of love. So Alicia, I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you've turned into from the time that we have been in college together. Just because of how much love that you are able to give out to people, even if it's your last bit of effort. That's just one of the many reasons why I do love you.
I wouldn't say one is better than the other. Just people have their preferences
Be a
between
better man, and
Premiere and
you
DaVinci. Me personally, I like DaVinci
strive
better.
to become the perfect man for you and reach for perfection, even though I know that's
I definitely like DaVinci
college.
better, only because of the color grading, and it was just some stuff that DaVinci had that Premiere didn't have. I'm pretty sure they caught up now, but
She graduated a semester before me, and I played football for another year, and so we were apart for. We were in college together. It flowed so easily.
hold on.
It was different than any relationships that we've ever been in before, and we acknowledged that with each other. We just enjoyed each other's presence. We were always around each other, and it wasn't like we ever each other. And what I mean by that is
1 hour, absolutely not. Yeah, DaVinci makes life easier for sure. Nah, anywhere probably like 20 to 30 minutes. Just depends on the package they get. I think the longest I've done was maybe like 35 minutes, 40 minutes. But an hour, probably not. It depends though. So I have never been an hour. I have I have a couple weddings this year where like I'm shooting the welcome party, and then after the welcome party I'm shooting the rehearsal dinner, and then I'm shooting the wedding day, and then I'm shooting like the day after. Like there's a couple weddings I'm doing where like they're having boat parties the day after, or they having like some type of other parties the day after the wedding. So it could be a little bit longer, but it just depends on the pace, like how I pace it. But I'm thinking maybe like anywhere between 30 and 40 minutes. But it's not gonna be like a boring 30 and 40 minutes. It'll be something that keeps you locked in.
It's hard.
I'm
to
excited. This year is
speak to
gonna go
somebody
crazy.
via FaceTime, text messages, phone calls. She didn't hear from me for a couple hours, and then I just know after the first week of me. Yeah, so I'd say there's a couple moments where I knew that Alicia might be the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, and there was a moment where I just absolutely knew that Alicia was the person I was going to spend the rest of my life with. I would never move to Charlotte, North Carolina if I didn't think that there was potential for us to be. And what I mean by that is just going back to how Alicia's so kind and caring.
Appreciate it, Vince.
That's exactly the kind of person that I'm looking for. She's so selfless and
excited. It may take you 3 to 5 hours if you had a sequence idea in your head. 3 to 5 hours for what?
She doesn't project her feelings, whether she's down to take care of.
There's no way. Let me see. So this is so you can transcribe, so I ain't gotta sit here and listen to all of this to see what he's talking about. It may take 3 to 5 hours if you have a sequence idea to edit the full film. You think it takes 3 to 5 hours to edit the full film? Is that what you're saying? I got some crazy ideas. Even I think this year I'm actually gonna I've been talking to this I've been talking to someone like a sound producer that's good. So after I get done cutting the actual full film, the full film is finished, and then I go and cut the trailer. After I cut the trailer, like it's just straight dialogue, B-roll, and logos and all of that stuff. I'm gonna send it off to someone to actually sound design it for, like, not for every wedding, but for a good amount of weddings. Sound design it and really make it pop like it's like a actual show for real. All right, let me see what he's talking about. Good God. Okay, do you guys remember your first? So you don't have to, it could be a show. So Alicia, I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you turn into. There we go. See, this saves so much more time. Right here.
So Alicia, I'm beyond amazed at the.
Just cut right there.
So Alicia, I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you've turned into from the time that we have been in college together. The unwavering amount of love and support that you give to your friends and family members and to me is truly inspiring. I am so drawn.
Oh, y'all can't even see what I'm looking at. That's crazy. I'm over here thinking y'all can see it. So basically it's like the transcription on the screen, and I can see, I can just read everything he says instead of just like listening to it. I'm so drawn to you each and every single day because of how much love that you're, there we go, let me see.
I am so drawn to you each and every single day.
So you don't put in the full ceremony, maybe only Val. Yeah, I don't put in the full ceremony. So I'll edit the full ceremony and send them like a separate edit, but to sit there and put like a 20 to 30 minute ceremony, the full ceremony would, it would be too boring. So I may just like have like show people walking down, but have like I just send them the full ceremony separate, but I don't put the full ceremony. It would just be too much of a time block in the wedding film. I just put like the meat and potatoes and just like the people coming down. What was I about to look up?
Just because of how much love that you are able to give out to people, even if it's your last bit of effort. That's just one of the many reasons why.
Okay, I think we'll go with that. We're just gonna start with this so far. And I gotta remember this. I don't remember this wedding that good. This was back when I shot this with the Sony FX3 and the A7 IV. So I'm gonna definitely just start with a.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family and how he was around my family and vice versa. There were a lot of small moments across our 7.5 year span of us dating that I knew that this was the person I needed to spend my life with. Brandon has exceeded my.
I just realized she ain't say.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family and how he was around my family and vice versa. But just seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how.
There we go. So sometimes I like.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family.
Cut that.
How my cousins became his friends and they all. How easily he meshed into my. But just seeing how. But just seeing. But.
See if I can mix that pretty good.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family. But just seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how. Around his family. But just seeing how easily he. Seeing how. Around his family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how my cousins became his friends and they almost forget that I'm their cousin versus him.
We may not put that part in there, but we're gonna see. I just want to build a dialogue timeline first.
It just makes you really happy as a friend to be able to witness your friend stepping into so much love and knowing that the person that they're with cares about them and is attentive as you would be as a friend for them, and knowing that you're handing them off into good hands. And I just truly feel so blessed to be able to have Brandon in Alicia's life and not have to worry about her being loved the way that she deserves to be loved.
We've been waiting for this wedding for so long. And so tonight we're really turning up. We are.
I just read the rest of it. So maybe only vows and reception, a few speeches, and exit, because mine always hit that 1 hour mark. Yeah, no, I don't. I might have to take a look at some of your films. But my thinking is, yeah, the full, like, they're gonna get their full ceremony, so I'm not gonna put a 30 minutes ceremony in their film. It's just too long. It's gonna lose attention. So like going into 2026, I'm gonna be more focused on the dialogue of their story in the beginning and capturing like when they're getting ready, like those talking moments and stuff like that. And then after that, of course it'll lead into it'll lead into the ceremony. But their ceremony, I'll probably put maybe 10 minutes, I guess. We'll see. And then just going in.
I was looking for an.
It just makes you really happy as a friend.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how my cousins became.
Yeah, you know what I'm realizing? It's so much harder to make like do this like make a trailer first and then do your full film. Like when you do your full film, everything you hear and seen everything already. So you just pull from the full film and make the trailer. Like the trailer takes nothing to make. Uh, it's been so long, I forgot how to do the audio. Who was mic'd up? Let me see, audio. Groom audio. I don't even remember if I was using time code then. Probably, I don't think so. I'm a definitely long SF film. That'd be good B-roll. What's a good gimbal you recommend for the FX3? Any of the DJIs, like the RS3, RS4, RS3 Pro, RS4 Pro. I think I have the RS4 Pro. I think they just came out a new gimbal, if I'm not mistaken. I think they came out at 5, I think maybe.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was.
I think. I've never used a mini. I think I think the payload is too small. I'm pretty sure you can still use it, but it'll be hard. I think it's harder to like juggle what's it called? Like if you put a zoom lens on it. Let me go here. Yeah, man, no problem. Esther, where you based out of? Where you from? Sound effects. Hit, A, B, C, D. That's too loud. This may not even be in the beginning, but we'll see.
Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family, seeing how easily he meshed into my. I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was.
That's too long of a drone shot.
How he was around his family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family.
Let's talk budget. I'm late to the party. What is your color grade workflow? Let's talk budget. How much for a 6 hour, 8 hour wedding day? I don't even offer like 6 hour, 8 hour wedding day for like this stuff I do. I can't do this in 6 hours. I need to be there at minimum 10 hours. Who just commented? I'm late to the party. What is your color grade workflow? It's not a. It's white. Check my white balance. Apply my LUT. Make sure my white balance is good, and I'm either just adjusting shadows and saturation. Nothing crazy for me.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how my cousin.
How many cameras are you using for the full production this year to get that look you're looking for? I can do it with two, but typically three. But I can get away with two. Ceremony definitely always having three, but I usually have anywhere between 3 to 4 cameras. So I have one camera on a gimbal, and then 2 or 3 cameras are just all handheld.
Seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how.
But the one I'm doing in Costa Rica, I'm gonna have 3 cameras. Yeah, Javonda, I'll show you in a second. But it's nothing crazy for real. I need something with Brandon. Thank you for sharing. I'm at FX3, AFX30, A75.
Cheers. Sir. Cheers.
I'm not gonna lie, this is so much weirder. This is weirder editing first trailer.
His family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family and.
Alright, hold on. Let me see. Just tapped in. Are you showing the color grading also? Y'all are hilarious. Y'all love to know that color grade workflow. But yeah, I will in a second. Y'all love that color grade now.
Seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how my cousin. Seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how my cousins became his friends and they almost forget that I'm their cousin versus him.
Alright, 14 seconds.
And so walking down the aisle.
So Alicia, I'm.
That's the money maker. So that's the money maker, yeah. You know what's crazy? Like I've had people tell me like I thought my color grade was just honestly simple, just like everyone else's.
Beyond amazed at the woman that you've turned.
But I feel like I'm good on color grading. I'm more focused now on like trying to get the storytelling and my audio right. That's why I'm even just sitting here practicing, getting some stuff done. You're Ariana Tate.
Beyond amazed at the woman that you've turned into. Beyond amazed at the.
Color management settings. I don't think I changed anything, bro. I think it's just all default for me.
Woman that you've turned. beyond amazed at the woman that you've turned into from the time that we have.
I still use your Les J Ivory production. Is it? Hold on, JJ? Is that who? Let me see. Your work is fire, Jesus Christ. Appreciate it, man. Just keep perfecting your craft. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Like, this is a wedding from 2 years ago, and I'm just like getting amped ready for this year. I'm just trying to just dial in some stuff, see what I can do better.
So Alicia, I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you've turned into from the time that we have been in college together. So Alicia, I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you've turned into from the time that we have been in college together.
I better use that.
The unwavering amount of love and support that you give to your friends.
I'm still trying to get there, bro.
To me,
It's hard because sample footage is trash. The Discord. Oh yeah, what's good, Jay? I was like, I never recognize the name. I just always recognize your IG name.
the unwavering amount of love and support that you give to your friends and family members and to me is
What you mean people don't dump y'all footage for people to use? I just need to let it breathe right here.
I'm their cousin versus him.
so Alicia, I'm beyond amazed.
All that dead space. Yeah, what you mean by that? People don't be dumping their footage for y'all to use.
I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you've turned into from the time that we have been in college together.
I want to practice storytelling, but there's no fire stock footage that actually helps me. But how you gonna practice storytelling with stock footage? Like, you wouldn't need dialogue? What you mean?
I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you've turned into.
Appreciate it, Album. Are you sure with something damage or everything?
From the time that we have been in college together.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, hold on. We got speeches too. That's why I didn't look through speeches. They want like this old wedding footage. Oh. Gotcha, I gotcha. But even if I feel like if I dumped this wedding footage, you would be so lost. You wouldn't know like the audio files, none of that stuff. Even me, I just forgot. Okay, that's the speeches. That's what I can use.
Woman that you've turned into.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family.
I know per contract you can't give it up with something like this would
Seeing
be
how
clutch.
easily he meshed into my family and how my cousins became his friends and they almost forget that I'm their cousin versus him.
I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you've turned into from the time that we have been in.
Yeah, I did use time code, but this was 2 years ago. I wasn't using time code here. So I was just syncing without time code.
Beyond amazed at the woman that you've turned into from the time that.
Where's this ceremony at? That's what I need. So yeah, I don't have. I use time code now for sure. Time code saved my life. And this is in 4K 62, so I can use this. Right here. Cool, so I can use that slow down footage. Are G Masters really worth the high price? I'm debating in it next week if I want to drop that bag. Which film you trying to get? I mean, not which film. Which G Master are you trying to get? And what other lenses do you have right now?
You turn it.
DaVinci looked so hard until I took a course. Yeah, it's not bad. If you came, I came from Premiere. It wasn't too bad.
It's him.
All right, where's that speech?
And so walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her. And so walking down the aisle and just looking. And so walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that.
A74. I have the Tamron. Man, I can't. I don't like the Tamron. Had a Tamron 28-75 2.8 and the Sony 1.8. So I'm not gonna say you don't need a G like you don't need G Masters. You can. If I didn't have G Masters, I prefer Sigma. I don't like the Tamrons. That's me personally though. But if you're gonna get a zoom lens, I'd maybe say the 24-70 G Master for sure. I don't know what you film though, but I don't like Tamron at all. I feel like it just makes my stuff look mad cheap. It's like the autofocus to me in my experience is terrible. Like Sigma, I'll get Sigma all day over Tamron. And then I feel like the Tamron has some type of color cast where it don't make my color look as good as it's supposed to look. I'm so lost. What was I about to do?
I'm their cousin versus him.
And so walking down the aisle. And so walk.
Take that out.
And so walking down the aisle.
Yeah, the autofocus for Tamron is a nightmare. Yeah, bro. I'm looking at getting the 24-70 Mark II for Sony. That's probably gonna be my next lens.
So walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her made me cry. The whole ceremony, I'm crying because of the way that Brandon is staring.
Alright, where's the ceremony? Oh, the Tamron's heavy. I think I only had one Tamron lens, and I just knew. I was like, yeah, no, this is not it. Never again. See, I don't even know. Oh, this is second angle? No. I don't even know where the second angle is at. It's horrible. Never again. Yeah, I would invest. I mean, if I would invest in the 24-70 if you were gonna get another lens. Okay, here we go. It's the second angle. smiles at her.
And a great reception after. This is God's plan.
Cool. Let's move all this down.
I'm crying because of the way that Brandon is staring at her.
I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you've turned into from the time that we have been in college together.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how my cousins became his friends and they almost forget that I'm their cousin versus him.
So walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her made me cry. The whole ceremony, I'm crying
What about Siri lenses?
because of the way that Brandon.
I know a couple people that got them, but I think there was just like wide angles, and they look good to me.
Brandon is staring at her.
I've never used them personally though, but they look. One of my friends had them, and they look good, but I've never bought one or used one.
I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you've turned.
That's too much of a cut.
Staring at her.
I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you've
Trying to decide whether to go in all in learning DaVinci or Premiere.
turned
What you use now, Dante?
into from the time that we have been in college together. Together.
DaVinci all day. Facts.
College together. Together.
Way too slow.
Together.
I came from Final Cut, bro, but DaVinci's the GOAT, yeah. Did you make your intro logo? Yeah, like someone made it for me. Like they animated it. I just added a sound effect. It might not even stay there. We'll see though. Like once I gotta find a track. It sounds weird right now, but once I throw the music on it and remix and do all that stuff, it'll bring it together. CapCut Pro. I have both DaVinci and Premiere, but can't decide. I've been doing mostly sport edits, but until now shooting weddings. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I would choose DaVinci if you never shot on Premiere or DaVinci. I'd recommend going straight into DaVinci. Watching some YouTube tutorials.
Beyond amazed at the woman that you've turned into from the time that we have been in college together. College together.
Alright, so I'll use this. Oops, hold on. Timeline. Where's Dad at? Did I label it? See, even with this, I'm still confused how I was running audio if I was doing. Let me solo the track. No, he was mic'd up then. He had to be mic'd up. You know what? I think I was using task cams at the time. Definitely wasn't time code. See if it'll sync it. Yup. Yeah, I was definitely. Is this sync though? Dang, did I sync this? I can't remember if I synced these. Hold on. Alright, that's synced. And then let's sync. Confusing myself. Unlink this, delete that. Link that, and then sync. Alright, there we go. I can delete this and sync this. See what this audio sounded like.
My gosh. Right. My goodness. Look at you. Me to this beautiful woman. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm trying not to cry. My goodness.
So she taps in right there, cut. Let's back everything up, unlink this. Boom, let's cut right there.
Oh my gosh. You are so beautiful.
That little sound bar right there. Been doing damage on CapCut, but DaVinci it is, yeah. Copy and trailer paste. What did I do wrong?
You turned into. From the time that we have been in college together. The time that we have been. That we have been in college together.
Oh my god.
Clip attributes, just audio. Let's go stereo.
College together.
Oh my gosh. You are so beautiful.
Perfect. I actually think he did a speech. Dog, look at these interviews. I was doing them in the pitch dark. Telling you, I would have done so much stuff different. Oh, I'm trying to find an interview. Not interviews, the speeches. Let's say 7. Actually, this would be perfect. Hold on. 874. All right, here's his speeches. Let's put that on the timeline so we could delete that first look. Speeches. Definitely need that first dance. Any recommendation for a gimbal I should get? FX2 Tamron 28 to 75. Someone asked that. I said the DJI RS3 or the DJI RS4, or you can get the standard or the pro versions. That's good B-roll. Why they say the pro is terrible? I had the pro. I never had any issues with it. Ooh, okay. I can use this for B-roll. What did I come here for? Trailer, what was that?
Oh my God.
She do a first dance with dad. I like this group. Y'all asking good questions. Facts. They said somewhere in the comments about about the lens being heavy. About the lens being heavy for the. Oh, the 28 to 75. Oh, that's what you're talking about. I had the RS3 Mini and didn't like it. The payload was so low for the effort. Yeah, the payload is just too low. That's why I like the Pro. You can get the most out of your payload. Did they not do a father-daughter dance? Bride and groom. Yeah, the Tamron lens. My bad. Dang, I guess I didn't do father. Oh wait, yeah, they did. Well, I didn't record it on the other camera. It's crazy. It's beyond me. I want to do a WeBuild 3S, and so far. Oh, you have the WeBuild? How you like it? What you mean it's taxing? Like it's too heavy? Alright, I don't know.
The woman that you turned into from the time that we went to college together.
Let me just see so far. I just want to see like some music options we might have. Oh, taxing as inexpensive. Yeah, it's not cheap. Desktop, no. I'm trying to find it. Chrome. Trying to change my screen. Change Zoom or this. Go to. I have so much stuff open. Backstop, Windows Server. Oops. This might be a new question, but what's the benefit editing in different timelines compared to editing it all together consecutively? So I can like organize. So I can and this isn't organized what I got going on right now because I'm just messing around with old footage. But it's just easier like when I can organize everything. So like I can make a timeline where it just has like all the interviews and dialogues, and then I can make a timeline where it just like I have like the ceremony edit. I can make a timeline where just I do the first look because it just gets to being so much stuff. You can organize it so it's not like every single where. But I'm gonna this year I'm gonna be streaming a lot of like edits, so you guys will like see that the whole process of it. All right. I'm just gonna try to find.
It all starts now.
No.
I walk through the valley, fight the war unafraid.
Gas. Might be able to work with that. Oohs and ahs. I need the instrumental and then I need like the actual soundtrack. Where's it at? It's an E minor. Oh. All right, let's change it back to DaVinci. May not even use this track, but we'll see. For one, definitely got to remix this. So we got the instrumental. This too big. Can y'all see it? Boom. Dog, what happened to the? To the instrumental.
The one. How he was around his family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how my cousins became his friends and they almost forget that I'm their cousin versus him.
So walking down the
This might be. Already said that. Let's go down a minute. Let's see something. It's already 4:20, man.
I knew Brandon was the one based off. I knew Brandon was the one based off. I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how my cousins became his friends and almost forget that I'm their cousin versus him.
So walking down the aisle and just
I still gotta clean all this audio.
looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her made me cry. The whole ceremony, I'm crying because of the way that Brandon is staring at her.
I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you turned into from the time that we went to college together.
Oh my gosh. You
From the time that we went to college together.
So right here, this can come up.
Together.
Oh my gosh. You are so beautiful.
So when you got like these voices, let me see.
I'm their cousin versus him.
So walking down
So we can actually turn the equalizer on and bring this down to 1K right here.
Him.
so walking down the aisle and just looking at the way
I knew Brandon was the one.
Let me see.
One based off of how he was. I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how my cousins became his friends and they almost forget that I'm their cousin versus him.
So walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking
Her stuff is definitely peaking.
at her made me cry. The whole ceremony, I'm crying because of the way that Brandon is staring at her.
I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you turned into from the time that we went to college together.
Oh, I kind of want that piano to come in earlier, like right here.
That we went to college together.
Hold on, something's not right.
That you turned into from the time that we went to college together.
Oh my God.
Beyond amazed at the woman that you turned into from the time that we went to college together.
I needed to hit piano right here.
From the time that we went to college together.
So I need this to carry on to right here.
The woman that you turned into from the time that we went to college together.
Alright, hold on, let me think, let me see.
Beyond amazed at the woman that you turned into from the time that we went to college together.
Oh.
I feel like that's not even on beat still.
You turned into from the time that we went to college together.
my god.
Ooh, what if I do? Let me see.
Gosh, you are so.
It's too much camera shake.
Oh my gosh, you are so beautiful.
I knew Brandon was the one.
Let me see something real quick.
I knew Brandon was. I knew Brandon.
That's ease in.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family. I knew Brandon was.
Fix her stuff, so we solo this track. Appreciate it, Esther.
Was the one based off of how.
So if you want their voices to sound crispier, especially I know I wasn't using the right mic.
Is around his family.
Is that sound attached to your logo? No, it's like a hit I got. It's not attached, so it's this hit right here. Can you see it? Yeah, it's highlighted.
Based off of how he was around his.
But with the audio, I'ma raise like her highs. I don't think I need a. Let me see if I'll isolate her voice some more.
One based off of how he was around his.
If I bring the high end up.
Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family, seeing how easily he meshed.
Same here. Says isolate her voice about 31%, but if you bring the high end up, I don't know if you can tell a difference. Like with headphones, you can really tell a difference.
How easily he meshed into my family and how my cousins became his friends.
About to be feeling like you and I traveled for my first out-of-state wedding
And
this
I
year.
almost forget that I'm their cousin versus him. So
Show. Alright.
I knew Brandon was.
See, it's still not on the beat. Oh yeah, you can tell a difference.
I knew.
Like on that hit, I needed to come in now.
I knew Brandon.
Might have cut my logo short. Bring everything back.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around.
How to make it apply to all of the audios. I just do it individually, not like because I want to control each one. You'll see why in a second.
His family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how my cousins became his friends and they almost.
So like with hers is.
So walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her.
One. Hers is peaking, so her needs to come down. So before, like you can tell, like right here, if it's like red, she's like it's peaking, like the audio's too loud.
Out and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her.
So I would just bring it down so it's not peaking as much.
So walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her made me cry. The whole ceremony, I'm crying because of the.
I'm probably still right here. Probably cut the track. Cause she goes up an octave right here, so I'll probably bring this down to match it a little more.
So walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her made me cry. The whole ceremony, I'm crying because of the way that Brandon is.
And they can hear that saxophone in the back. I can. Oh, it's already isolated. Dang, what was it not?
Brandon was looking at
So you hear the difference, like the
her
saxophone.
made me cry. The whole ceremony, I'm crying because.
Cause the mic I was using was terrible at the time, so like.
Brandon was looking at her made me cry.
But now her voice sounds a little muffled, but you can fix it by turning the equalizer on and bringing the high end back up on it.
Brandon was looking at her made me cry.
I go 41. Bring the high end up.
So walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon. So walking down. looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her made me cry. The whole ceremony, I'm crying because of the way that Brandon.
My cousins became his friends and they almost forget that I'm their cousin versus him.
So walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her made me cry. The whole ceremony, I'm crying because of the way that Brandon is staring at her.
I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you turned into from the time that we have been in college together. That we have been in college together.
And then for my audio, I just gotta fade that in. So it's not so abrupt.
Turned into from the time that we have been in college together.
Oh my God.
That we have been in college together.
Alright, so I'll probably fade this out so it's just a little bit of an impact. I'm doing stuff all backwards too.
From the time that we have been
Just
in
having
college.
fun now.
In college together. That we have been in college together.
It's like a slight difference, but you can just see the difference of it.
College together.
Oh my gosh. You are so beautiful.
And then where's those B-roll clips I put? I think I like that. Oops.
Beautiful.
Ooh, while the piano's going, I might use her interview.
Friend, to be able to witness your friend stepping into so much love. To witness your friend stepping into. To be able to witness. To be able to. To be able to witness your. Be able to witness your friend stepping into so much love and knowing that the person that they're with cares about them and is attentive as you would be as a friend for them, and knowing that you're handing them off into good hands. And I just truly feel so blessed to be able to have Brandon in Alicia's life and not have to worry about her being loved the way that she deserves to be loved.
Dang, that whole interview ate. See that? You can hear the wind noise. 'Cause I didn't have like a windscreen on my thing, on my shotgun mic. We're gonna see if we can clean it up. Trailer. So let's solo this track.
Love and
Yeah, that sounds awful, but we're gonna see what Da Vinci can do.
knowing that the person be able to witness your friend stepping into so much love and knowing that the person that they're with cares about them and is attentive as you would be as a friend for them, and knowing that you're handing them off into good hands. And I just truly feel so blessed to be able to
Alright.
be able to witness your friend stepping into so much love and knowing that the person that they're with cares about them and is attentive.
Cut it right there. And then we'll go.
Have Brandon in Alicia's life and not have to worry. Able to have Brandon in Alicia's life and not have to worry about her being loved the way that she deserves to be loved. Truly feel so blessed to be able to
There we go. So
just
cut that truly. Delete this.
truly feel so blessed to be able to
Cut right there and right when she starts talking. Have
truly feel so blessed to be able to have Brandon in Alicia's life and not have to worry about her being loved the way that she deserves to be loved.
Alright, if we can get that to play during the piano session. make this one clip. Oh, let me not do it yet. Let me see.
Be able to witness your friend stepping into so much love and
All right, so the piano's too loud right here. Bring the piano down. Well, first, let me see her audio.
be able to witness
Yeah, her audio's good. Piano needs to live down here.
your friend stepping into so much love and knowing that the person that they're with cares about them and is attentive. Truly feel so blessed to be able to have Brandon and Alicia's life and not have to.
Okay, I gotta cut it even shorter. So the piano, or I can extend the piano out. I can do this. I can mimic it. All right, you know, hold on. All right, hold on. I know what I'm gonna do. So delete this. Oh, this is another piano. So
Have Brandon and
give me a second. Hold on. We finna cook up right there. Cut. There we go. And it's like it never ended.
cares about them and is attentive. Truly feel so blessed to be able to have Brandon and Alicia's life and not have to worry about her being loved the way that she deserves to be loved.
All right, see, but now I need it to end. So we're gonna cut one more. Be like right here. Bring it in.
To be able to have Brandon and Alicia's life and not have to worry about her being loved the way that she deserves to be loved.
Bring the equalizer back up. All right, cool. All right, so the B-roll that I'll play over it. So we're gonna do a J cut.
You are so beautiful.
Be able to witness.
Now we need to cross this off because you can hear it.
You are so beautiful.
Be able to witness your friend stepping into so much love and be able to witness your friend stepping into so much love.
Boom. Oh, you know what? This would be perfect too since she's talking. Before we introduce her on the screen, we'll show her partying.
So much love and knowing that the person that
We'll cut
the person that
right on B and it will bring it back to her probably.
they're with cares about them and is attentive. Truly feel so blessed to be able to have Brandon.
Timeline. My bad, y'all. Y'all can still ask questions if y'all ain't here watching. No, I'm just kind of like locked in now. All right, so probably just replace that.
Attentive. Truly feel so blessed to be able to have Brandon and Alicia's life and not have to worry about her being loved the way that she deserves to be loved.
All right, now we want to bring the vocals in. So where's my other track? Give me my track. So we want to bring.
And so
Let's move all of this while I listen to the music. So after the piano hits, just a piano, right?
Fight the war unafraid. waters obey. Like the sun above, make the darkness run. The dawn is here, the day has come.
Oops, alright, hold on. This the piano?
Make the
Or is it this the piano?
one raging rivers. Make the waters obey. Like the sun above, make the darkness run. The dawn is here, the day has come. Like the moon and stars, bright as gold outshine. The greatest of all time. The world is mine.
Ooh, what about?
Like the sun above.
Alright, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna have AI remix this for me. We're gonna condense this down to maybe like, let me see, maybe like 20 seconds. Might be too long. Four, three, two, one. All right.
Like the sun above, bright as gold outshine. The world is mine.
All right. So we're gonna bring this. This will bring it to. A minute 24, it's not bad. Do I want to use this? Or do we want to cut it to here?
About her being loved the way that she deserves to be loved.
Like the sun above, bright as gold outshine. The world is mine.
You know what? Let's go 30 seconds.
Like the sun above, make the darkness run. The dawn is here, the day has come. I'll make it alright. The world is mine.
Yeah, I could work with that.
The world is mine.
It's a lot better.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how my cousins became his friends and they almost forget that I'm their cousin versus him.
So walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her made me cry. The whole ceremony, I'm crying because of the way that Brandon is staring at her.
I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you've turned into from the time that we have been in college together.
Oh my gosh, you are so beautiful.
Be able to witness your friend stepping into so much love and knowing that the person that they're with cares about them.
I need her voice to come up a little more.
Be able to witness your friend stepping into so much love and knowing that the person that they're with cares about them and is attentive. Truly feel so blessed to be able to have Brandon in Alicia's life and not have to worry about her being loved the way that she deserves to be loved.
Ooh, I can have a hit right there since it takes a little while for the music to come back in. Oh, where's it at? Not Blockbuster.
The way that she does.
I think I want this one. Let me see.
Deserves to be loved.
Or do I need to hit? The world is mine. Bring it up.
Way that she deserves. That she deserves to be loved.
I kind of want, what was her name? Facts. I think I kind of want to put like a title. I don't even know if that's spelled right.
She deserves to be loved.
All right, we're gonna keyframe this actually too. Do we want to make it smaller or bigger? It's too fast. In your packages, will they only get the film, for example? No, so they'll get a trailer, the full film, their full ceremony edit, and then they get all. I give them all their footage, like they get all the raw footage. But that's just like how I do it, and then I'll make like, of course, like Instagram reels and stuff like that.
She deserves to be loved.
Like the sun above.
All right, since the pace goes back up, probably bring some dancing in and some audio. Yeah, I'll edit like a full ceremony, I'll send over like a separate ceremony edit, like for the full ceremony. Cause you think about the bride don't get to see like everybody coming down, and I'm not like, there's some people that have like 10 bridesmaids. I'm not putting 10 people walking down, 10 bridesmaids, 10 groomsmen in the film. But it's easy. Just cut the 3 cameras, color grade it, send it off. That's probably like the first things I do. Do you have a camera set up to capture everything? What do you mean? For like the ceremony?
Like the sun above.
Come on, that beat. I definitely need a speech. Let me see what Shorty talking about. Like on a tripod. For the ceremony, yeah. Like I have 2 tripods on this for ceremony. And then 1 camera roaming. 1 getting the bride, 1 getting the groom, and the 3rd camera's like will like roam, get reaction shots or like just other creative shots. Audio, speeches. Please tell me this is gonna sync. Double bit sync, okay. I be seeing people walk with the bride.
Because one thing that's really been on my mind lately is like, what is your earliest memory in life? I want each and every one of you to close your eyes and think about that. And like, I don't know where this child came from, but I just remember going into, you know, the room that our parents had set off for like where the baby Alicia would be. I had no clue what it was, but like, I was two, I didn't, and I just remember thinking, okay, is this for me? And like going over and trying to pick her up, failing horribly at it, dropping her down, her crying, and I ran out. That's my first memory. But all of this.
When editing, do you start with images or sound? I just start with I'll just start with like just a regular dialogue. And then I'll find music afterwards. My bad.
To say is that something that's really special about being an older sister is that while you may not remember every aspect of your life, you do remember every aspect of your younger siblings. And Alicia, I've been there and watching you your whole life, and I just want to say that today I am so proud. I am so happy.
All right, here we go.
Alicia and Alicia, I've been there and watching you your whole life, and I just want to say that today I am so proud. I am so happy. I am so excited, and I'm just so loving of like everything that this is and everything that it's going to be.
All right, now we just gotta chop it up to be a lot shorter because that was long. Too long. All right, now we just gotta chop it up to be a lot shorter.
Alicia,
Like these pauses.
I've been there and watching you your whole life. And I just want to say that today I am so proud.
Let it breathe. I'm so proud.
I am so happy. I am so excited.
I'm gonna just stop at happy.
Happy.
I'm so happy.
So happy. I'm so excited. And I'm just so loving of like everything that this is and everything that it's going to be. Loving. So excited, and I'm just so loving of like everything that this is and everything that it's going to be.
Actually, I could probably just use that. I'm sure.
And I'm just so Alicia, I've been there and watching you your whole life, and I just want to say that today I am so.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see. We're gonna cut in the trailer.
Dawn is here, the day has come.
be able to put all of it. We'll see.
I've been there and watching you your whole life, and I just want to say that today I am so proud.
All right. Clip attributes.
I've been there and watching you your whole life, and I just want to say that today I am so proud. I am so
If you're starting again by 2026, what would you focus on first? What mistakes would you avoid? I would focus on audio. 100%. I'd focus on audio first. Storytelling and and interviewing. And interviewing. That's what I would focus on first. Cause that stuff is just so much more important.
happy. I am so
Like this was 2 years ago,
excited, and I'm just
and some of the stuff I did wrong, I can see, which I've already grown in. It's like how you tailor to ask questions, like when you're doing interviews, and then going about audio.
Alicia. I've been there and watching.
It's a good question though.
Alicia, I've been there and watching you your whole thing that this is and everything that it's going to be.
So I need to right here.
Alicia, I've been there and watching you your whole life, and I just want to say that today.
How long did it take you to move into the reality studies? No, I didn't start with that. It took me, I think, it took me a year. Like I tried it for like the first time, and I'm still like working on it. I feel like this year is really gonna be the year like I kind of like really grow in it. Like I've learned like a lot more.
Alicia, I've been there and watching.
So I just feel like this year for me is gonna be game changer when it comes to that. So I'm excited for this year's stuff. Taking it to like a next level.
Alicia, I've been there and watching you. Alicia, I've been there and watching you your whole life, and I just want to say that today I am so proud. I am so happy. I am so excited, and I'm just so loving of like everything that this is and everything that it's going to be. That this is and everything that it's going to be. And that this is and everything that it's going to be.
What y'all think about? I think the ending audio is fine.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how my cousins became his friends and they almost forget that I'm their cousin versus him.
So walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her made me cry. The whole ceremony, I'm crying because of the way that Brandon is staring at her.
I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you turned
Like even with this, I wish I had more story.
into from the time that we have been in college together.
Oh my gosh.
Mad random, but how many seconds is your logo animation in the beginning? So I had to fast forward it. So my original logo, cause I don't want to redo it. It is only 2 seconds, but originally it's like, let me see. No, cause I don't want to mess it up. I'll show you how long it really is. Editing folder. So the original logo animation, this is how long it is. So from 21 seconds, it's like 8 seconds long. So I just sped it up. Oh, you're asking someone to build yours? Yeah, so mine's 8 seconds long. So literally what I do, like, I speed it up. So maybe like times it by 300%. And I can control like how fast I want it. So that's why.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was
Cause I may want it slower for something else.
around his family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how
The person that did mine, where did I got mine done on what's that that app people use for like to hire people. Fiverr. I got mine off of Fiverr. Some guy in Pakistan made it.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how my cousins became his friends and they almost forget that I'm their cousin versus him.
Yeah,
Walking
Fiverr.
down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her made me cry. The whole ceremony, I'm crying because of the way that Brandon is staring at her.
I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you turned into from the time that we have been in college together.
Oh my.
I feel like that needs a hit right there too. I just booked mine from there, so let's see how he does. But now I gave him direction when doing it. I didn't just say like, I gave him direction with it. So yeah, I gave him like specific directions because I kind of like had in mind, and then he executed it on the first try, and I was like, bet. Cause I did it twice. I hired someone. I was like, yeah, I just need a logo. Do this. I didn't like it, so I was like, let me be specific. So I had to pay twice, but I used a different guy. What would your advice be to someone who wants to service people who work with larger budgets? For a lack of a better word. He said he can't do too much animation because mine is simple. What would be your advice to someone who wants to service people with larger budgets? My advice. Dude, that's a good question. I'm still trying to figure this stuff out. I'm trying to do the same. Hold on. This it.
From the time that we have been in college together.
Way too loud.
That we have been in college together. That we have been in college together. We've been in college together.
Dude, what the heck?
We've been in college together. College together.
Oh my gosh.
That's
We've
right.
been in college together.
Oh my gosh. You are so beautiful.
Be able to witness your friend stepping into so much love and knowing that the person that they're with cares about them and is attentive. Truly feel so blessed to be able to have Brandon in Alicia's life and not have to worry about her being loved the way that she deserves to be loved.
Like the sun above.
Yeah, so the guy, he made my logo. Did he? He made my logo and my animation. He gave me like some mocks, and I was like, ooh, I like this. I like it right there. This is also perfect over here.
Make the darkness run.
slow motion too. I can do slow mo. Don't know if I was recording 4K 60. Nope. The world is mine. I ain't gonna be up here too much longer. I'm gonna take a break. This was just practice. Yeah, I wish I had some more. Y'all see what I'm talking about. I wish I had some more dialogue, like from folks being mic'd up.
Like the sun above, make the darkness run. The dawn is here, the day has come. I'll make it all right. The world is mine.
Alicia, I've been there and watching you your whole life, and I just want to say that today.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family, seeing how easily.
I think her voice need to be a tad bit higher.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how my cousins became his friends and they almost forget that I'm their cousin versus him.
So walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her made me cry. The whole ceremony, I'm crying because of the way that Brandon is staring at her.
I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you turned into from the time that we've been in college together.
Oh my gosh, you are so beautiful.
Be able to witness your friend stepping into so much love and knowing that the person that they're with cares about them and is attentive truly.
I actually might do some quick color grading actually. Let's see. Gonna make a group. Ooh, yeah, I was telling y'all, I did not know what I knew now. A lot of this stuff is underexposed. For sure, man. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm gonna be gone here in a few too myself. My guy. Alright, what happened to my node? What are we doing? See, I look at like the shadows way too dark. Same here. I was a rookie. Oops. lot of this stuff was just so underexposed. It's crazy. Like, look how dark right here he is. Insane. Same thing here, underexposed. Gotta bring all those shadows up. It just brings in so much noise. I hate that. The white balance. No. Clear off.
I knew Brandon was the Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how my cousins became his friends and they almost forget that I'm their cousin versus him.
So walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her made me cry. The whole ceremony, I'm crying because of the way that Brandon is staring at her.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how my cousins became his friends and they almost forget that I'm their cousin versus him.
So walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her made me cry. The whole ceremony, I'm crying because of the way that Brandon is staring at her.
I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you turned into from the time that we have been in college together.
Oh my gosh, you are so beautiful.
Be able to witness your friend stepping into so much love and knowing that the person that they're with cares about them and is
That's what that looks like.
and knowing that the person that they're with cares about them and is attentive. Truly.
Gosh, it's crazy how underexposed I was shooting back in the day.
I knew Brandon was the one based off of how he was around his family, seeing how easily he meshed into my family and how my cousins became his friends and they almost forget that I'm their cousin versus him.
So walking down the aisle and just looking at the way that Brandon was looking at her made me cry. The whole ceremony, I'm crying because of the way that Brandon is staring at her.
I'm beyond amazed at the woman that you turned into from the time that we have been in college together.
Oh my gosh, you are so beautiful.
Be able to witness your friend stepping into so much love and knowing that the person that they're with cares about them and is attentive. Truly feel so blessed to be able to have Brandon in Alicia's life and not have to worry about her being loved the way that she deserves to be loved.
All right, y'all. I'm about to get off here. Take a break.